think it's the storm surge, a couple days worth, that we're most worried about, being this close to sea level. So that's really what's driving our decision.
Bracing for impact, how millions of people are evacuated in Florida ahead of Hurricane Ian. And a search for a murder suspect. D.C. police are looking for a man who shot at officers, and there are other reasons why they want to find him. And later, how soon is too soon? How to stretch your dollar for retirement. And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall, bracing for impact. Hurricane Ian is slowly approaching Florida as hundreds and thousands of people evacuate the state. Now, here's a live look at Clearwater, Florida. Hurricane Ian has already torn through parts of Cuba. The powerful hurricane has left at least 1 million people without power so far. Happening now, hundreds of thousands of people are evacuating along with preparing their homes. Now, so far, about 2.5 million people in the state are under an evacuation order, and that's what coming from state officials.
I think it's the storm surge, a couple days worth, that we're most worried about, being this close to sea level. So that's really what's driving our decision.
And tonight, officials are pleading with people to leave the peninsula's west coast ahead of what could be life-threatening storm surge.
If they heed the evacuation order, I have a 100% guarantee that they will not die from storm surge if they heed the evacuation order. I have a 100% guarantee that they will not have to be rescued off a rooftop if they heed the evacuation order.
Yeah, joining us now is meteorologist Damon Madsen. And Damon, what's the latest on Ian? You hear officials talking about the importance of listening to the recommendations.
Yeah, exactly, Mark. Well, the latest with Ian is that this is a very powerful hurricane, and yet it has multiple threats associated with it. It has the wind we always talk about, yes, but it has a very heavy flooding rainfall threat. And then on top of that, you're talking about storm surge as well. Look at the satellite image as the sun sets over Hurricane Ian here. Again, it has that structure. It is very intact around its center with a very clear eye in place. And we're also watching the center of this storm as it continues to strengthen and build back up those wind speeds. The pressure continues to drop down to 952. It's still a Category 3 hurricane, but it is expected to gain that strength up to possibly a Category 4 by the time it makes it toward land here, likely impacting and making landfall in Florida tomorrow afternoon into the evening time. Now, again, this is a multi-threat system because of the fact that it's slowing down as it moves into the state there. And even though it's weakening, it's going to continue to dump rainfall over and over again over some of the same locations. And that storm surge, this hurricane is rotating in a counterclockwise fashion, and that's going to push any of that water along the Gulf Coast right up over land here as we move ahead with time. And that being the case, that's what's going to cause that 9 to 10 feet of water to be pushed up along the shore. So yes, this is a very dangerous situation unfolding for the state of Florida. What we have here are several different model runs. All these lines indicate that they are in agreement that this storm is going to roll into Florida and cause major impacts. Now, look at how these lines sort of just separate out into many different directions as what's left of Ian moves up to the north into the Carolinas and eventually closer to our neck of the woods. That's the uncertainty that lies with this system as it rolls toward us. So when might we see some rainfall from what's left of Ian, and what kind of impacts should we expect? We'll let you know in your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And breaking now, the January 6th committee has postponed their Wednesday hearing as Hurricane Ian nears Florida. The hearing, which many consider the final one, was scheduled for 1 p.m. They say this storm takes priority, and Chairman Benny Thompson says that he's praying for the safety of everyone stuck in the hurricane's path. A new date has not been announced. And developing now, D.C. police are continuing their search for a murder suspect in Northeast. Now, police say that officers were shot at this morning, but no one was hurt. Now, several schools also went into lockdown for a short period of time. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg is live in the neighborhood where they're searching. And Daniel, there was also a separate shooting that police think is unrelated.
Yeah, Mark, we are at the corner of Finch Place and Division Avenue, where police are just wrapping up looking over the crime scene here, a separate shooting from the incident where they are looking for 27-year-old Avery Myler, the murder suspect in connection with killing a 25-year-old man back in August. They were separate incidents, but still the community is a little on edge from all of this crime today. Police are looking for this man, 27-year-old Avery Myler, accused of killing 25-year-old Arye Wolf of Baltimore on August 10th when he was working on a roof. Tuesday morning, police were dispatched before 6:30 when a woman called 911 saying she saw Myler in the 5300 block of Ames Street Northeast. Assistant Chief Leslie Parsons says Myler shot at officers several times with a handgun. No one was injured.
At this time, there's no indication that officers returned fire. As you know, all our officers are BWC equipped, so we'll be reviewing that footage.
Police say he ran into an apartment building and barricaded himself inside. Police set up a perimeter, but later said he was not inside that building.
We know that he is affiliated with this neighborhood, but it's not clear why he was over here.
D.C. police are getting help from the ATF and U.S. Marshals. Just a half-mile away, there were shots fired at 9:30 a.m., causing multiple schools to go into lockdown and one to start active shooter protocol. There was no active shooter. H.D. Woodson High School and Drew Elementary School were given the all-clear to return to normal around 11:30 a.m.
Based off our preliminary investigation, the shots that were heard a little while ago are not related to this, but in relation to something separate that occurred in the 500 block of Division Avenue that we're currently investigating.
Myler was last seen wearing all black clothing, reflective shoes, and a shirt with white lettering or writing symbols down the sleeve. Again, police are asking anyone with information about where Myler might be to contact them. Of course, they have not put out to the public that the public is in any danger, but Myler still has not been caught to our knowledge. We're live in Northeast D.C. Daniel Hamburg, D.C. News Now.
Daniel, thank you. And tonight, roads are back open after a gas leak in Montgomery County. The leak in North Bethesda causing evacuations and closures. Now, this is video of the scene earlier today on Pike and Rose and Town Road. The leak, we are told, has since been contained. Now, today, students at over 100 schools across Northern Virginia walked out of class. It's all in protest to revised model transgender policies proposed by Governor Glenn Youngkin. DC News Now's Christy Matino has more.
This is the revised model transgender policies released by the Virginia Department of Education. This is what has students at over 100 schools so upset. And now they're asking the VDOE to retract those draft guidelines.
Keep your politics off my identity.
One revision says staff will have to refer to students using pronouns that appear on their official record. Another revision saying students will have to use bathrooms assigned to their sex.
I use they, them pronouns, and if my teachers were regulated by the state to have to refer to me incorrectly, I mean, it would just hurt my own mental health. I know students who also use pronouns different from what they were assigned at birth, and it really is just the most disrespectful thing that you can do.
Students are saying they're scared the new policy would mean they'd be forced to come out to their parents against their will.
This feels horrifying, and just from the bottom of my heart, I literally hate having to do this, because we shouldn't be having to be out here having to protect the rights of simply students trying to live their life.
Multiple walkouts were held all across Northern Virginia today. We saw them in Arlington, Prince William County, Loudoun County, as well as Fairfax County, where 27 schools participated in these walkouts today. In Annandale, Christy Matino, DC News Now.
Christy, thank you. And tonight, parents are weighing in on book bans and restrictions to education. According to an Ipsos poll, nearly 2/3 of Americans and parents believe that politicians are using school children as political pawns. The poll finds that more than 60% believe that lawmakers and state officials are pushing anti-LGBTQ legislation to advance their careers. Ipsos reports that few Americans feel that politicians should have any significant input in what is included in school curriculums.